Miss Gwendolen Fairfax is calling to see Mr. Worthing, miss.
Isn't Mr. Worthing in his library, Merriman?
Mr. Worthing went over in the direction of the rectory some time ago.
Miss Fairfax, pray ask the lady to come out here in the garden. And you may bring tea, Merriman.
Yes, miss. This way, Miss Fairfax.
How do you do? Pray let me introduce myself to you. My name is Cicely Cardew.
Cicely Cardew. What a very sweet name. I like you already more than I can say. My first impressions of people are never wrong. I may call you Cicely, may I not?
With pleasure.
And you will always call me Gwendolen, won't you?
If you wish.
Then that is all quite settled, is it not?
I hope so. Won't you sit down?
Thank you. You are here on a short visit, I suppose?
Oh, no, I live here.
Really? Your mother, no doubt, or some female relative of advanced years resides here also.
Oh, no, I have no mother, nor, in fact, any relation.
Indeed.
My dear guardian, with the assistance of Miss Prism, has the arduous task of looking after
Your
me.
guardian?
Yes, I'm Mr. Worthing's ward.
Oh? Strange. He never mentioned to me that he had a ward. How secretive of him. He grows more interesting hourly. But, Cicely, I am bound to state that now I know that you are Mr. Worthing's ward, I cannot help expressing a wish that you were, well, just a little older than you appear to be, and not quite so very alluring in appearance. Of course, Ernest has a strong, upright nature. He is the very soul of truth and honor.
I beg your pardon, Gwendolen. Did you say Ernest?
Yes.
Oh, but it is not Mr. Ernest Worthing who is my guardian. It is his brother, his elder brother.
Ernest never mentioned to me that he had a brother. You are quite sure that it is not Mr. Ernest Worthing who is your guardian?
Quite sure. In fact, I am going to be his.
I beg your pardon.
Dearest Gwendolen, there is no reason why I should make a secret of it to you. Mr. Ernest Worthing and I are engaged to be married.
My darling Cicely, I feel there must be some slight error. Mr. Ernest Worthing is engaged to me.
I'm afraid you must be under some misapprehension. Ernest proposed to me exactly 10 minutes ago.
It's certainly very curious, for he asked me to be his wife yesterday afternoon at 5:30. I am so sorry, dear Cicely, if this is any slight disappointment to you, but I am afraid that I have the prior claim.
It would distress me more than I can tell you, dear Gwendolen, if it caused you any mental or physical anguish. But I feel bound to point out that since Ernest proposed to you, he clearly has changed his mind.
If the poor fellow has been entrapped into any foolish promise, I shall consider it my duty to rescue him at once and with a firm hand.
Whatever unfortunate entanglement my dear boy may have got into, I will never reproach him with it after we're married.
Do you allude to me, Miss Cardew, as an entanglement? You are presumptuous.
Do you suggest, Miss Fairfax, that I entrapped Ernest into an engagement? How dare you? This is no time for wearing the shallow mask of manners. When I see a spade, I call it a spade.
I am glad to say that I have never seen a spade. It is obvious that our social spheres have been widely different.
Beg pardon, miss.
Yes, Merriman, what is it?
The tea, miss. Shall I lay it here, as usual?
Yes, as usual. May I offer you some tea, Miss Fairfax?
Thank you.
Sugar?
No, thank you. Sugar is not fashionable any longer.
Really? Cake or bread and butter?
Bread and butter, please. Cake is rarely seen in the best houses nowadays.
Merriman, hand that to Miss Fairfax.
Thank you. Miss Cardew, you have filled my tea with lumps of sugar. And though I asked you most distinctly for bread and butter, you have given me cake. I am known for the sweetness of my nature and the extraordinary gentleness of my disposition. But I warn you, Miss Cardew, you may go too far.
To save my poor, innocent, trusting boy from the machinations of any other girl, there are no lengths to which I would not go.
Gwendolen.
Ernest, my own Ernest.
Gwendolen, darling.
One moment, may I ask, are you engaged to be married to this young lady?
To dear little Cicely? Of course not. What could have put such an idea into your pretty little head?
Thank you. You may kiss me.
I knew there must be some misunderstanding, Miss Fairfax. The gentleman whose arm is at present round your waist is my dear guardian, Mr. Jack Worthing.
I beg your pardon.
This is Uncle Jack.
Jack? Oh.
Cicely, darling.
This is Ernest.
Cicely, my own love.
A moment, Ernest. May I ask you, are you engaged to be married to this young lady?
What young lady? Good heavens, Gwendolen.
Yes, to good heavens, Gwendolen. I mean to Gwendolen.
Well, of course not. What could have put such an idea into your pretty little head?
Thank you. You may kiss me.
I felt there must be some slight error, Miss Cardew. The gentleman who is now embracing you is my cousin, Mr. Algernon Moncrief.
Algernon Moncrief? Oh. Are you called Algernon?
I cannot deny it.
Oh. Is your name really Jack?
I could deny it if I liked. I could deny anything if I liked. But my name certainly is Jack. It has been Jack for years.
A gross deception has been practiced on both of us.
My poor, wounded Cicely.
My sweet, wronged Gwendolen.
Come, Cicely. Let us go into the house. They will hardly venture to come after us there.
No. Men are so cowardly, aren't they?
Algernon, this ghastly state of affairs is what you call bunburying, I suppose.
Yes, and a perfectly wonderful Bunbury it is.
Well, the only small satisfaction I have in the whole of this wretched business is that your friend Bunbury is quite exploded. You won't be able to run down into the country quite so often as you used to, dear Algy.
Your brother is a little off colour, isn't he, dear Jack? You won't be able to disappear to London quite so frequently as your wicked custom was. Ah, muffins. Delicious. Ah.
How you can sit there, calmly eating muffins when we're in this horrible trouble I can't make out. You seem to me to be perfectly heartless.
What? I can't eat muffins in an agitated manner. The butter would probably get on my cuffs. One should always eat muffins quite calmly. Jack, don't touch the muffins. I'm quite sure dearest Cicely put them there for me.
Algy, I wish to goodness you would go.
You can't possibly ask me to go. I have just made arrangements with Dr. Chasuble to be christened at 6:15 under the name of Earnest.
My dear fellow, the sooner you give up all that nonsense, the better. I made arrangements with Dr. Chasuble this morning to be christened myself at 5:30, and I shall naturally take the name of Earnest. You can't both be christened Earnest, that's absurd.
Jack, you're at the muffins again. I wish you wouldn't. I told you I was particularly fond of muffins.
Algernon! I've already told you to go. I don't want you here. Why don't you go?
I haven't quite finished my tea yet, and there is still one muffin left.
A few minutes later, Cicely and Gwendolen are seated on the mahogany love seat in the drawing room. Facing them, but some distance away, on the carved rosewood sofa, are Algernon and Jack. They've been regarding each other in silence for some time. Finally, Cicely speaks.
Mr. Moncrief, kindly answer me the following question. Why did you pretend to be my guardian's brother?
In order that I might have an opportunity of meeting you.
That certainly seems a satisfactory explanation, does it not, dear Gwendolen?
Yes, dear, if you can believe him.
I don't. But that does not affect the wonderful beauty of his answer.
Mr. Worthing, what explanation have you to offer me for pretending to have a brother? Was it in order that you might have an opportunity of coming up to town to see me as often as possible?
Can you doubt it, Miss Fairfax?
I have the gravest doubts upon the matter, but I intend to crush them. Cicely, their explanations appear to me to be quite satisfactory, especially Mr. Worthing's. That seems to me to have the stamp of truth upon it.
I am more than content with what Mr. Moncrief said.
Then you think we should forgive them?
Yes. I mean, no.
True, I had forgotten there are principles at stake which one cannot surrender. But which of us should tell them? The task is not a pleasant one.
Could we not both speak at the same time?
An excellent idea. I nearly always speak at the same time as other people. Will you take the time from me, Cicely?
Certainly.
Very well. 1, 2. Your Christian names are still an insuperable barrier. That is all.
Our Christian names? Is that all? But we are going to be christened this afternoon.
Mr. Worthing, for my sake, you are prepared to do this terrible thing.
I am.
Mr. Moncrief, to please me, you are ready to face this fearful ordeal.
I am.
Darling, you may kiss me.
And you, Mr. Worthing, may kiss me.
Darling.
Lady Bracknell is here, sir.
Good heavens.
Gwendolen, what does this mean?
Merely that I am engaged to be married to Mr. Worthing, Mamma.
Come here. Sit down. Sit down immediately. And you, Mr. Worthing, stay where you are.
Lady Bracknell, I am engaged to marry your daughter.
You are nothing of the kind, sir. And now as regards Algernon. Algernon.
Yes, Aunt Augusta.
May I ask if it is in this house that your invalid friend, Mr. Bunbury, resides?
Oh, no, Bunbury doesn't live here. Bunbury is somewhere else at present. In fact, Bunbury is dead.
Dead? His death must have been extremely sudden. What did he die of?
Bunbury? Oh, he was quite exploded.
Exploded? Was he the victim of a revolutionary outrage? I was not aware that Mr. Bunbury was interested in social legislation. If so, he is well punished for his morbidity.
My dear Aunt Augusta, I mean he was found out. The doctors found out that Bunbury could not live. That is what I mean. So Bunbury died.
He seems to have had great confidence in the opinion of his physicians.